All right, you definitely read that title correctly. Today, we're diving into a deeply fascinating and, let's just say, very provocative theory called Black Anus Cosmogenesis. It's basically asking us to take everything we thought we knew about where the universe came from and consider something else entirely.
And really, the whole thing boils down to this one simple but radical question. We're asked to reframe the entire story of creation. Think about it. We're not talking about a cosmic explosion anymore. The idea here is a cosmic expulsion. And what's so interesting is that this isn't just for shock value. It's actually trying to solve a real, genuine puzzle in physics. I mean, look, the Big Bang model we have, it works great, mostly. But there's this one huge blind spot. What started it all? What was that initiating impulse? This theory, in its own, shall we say, unique way, is trying to give us an answer.
So, how exactly does it answer that question? Well, it does it by proposing a completely new paradigm.
Okay, so here's the big reveal, the absolute core of this whole thing. The theory proposes that what we've been calling a classical black hole is, in fact, better understood as a black anus. Yep, and you gotta stick with me here, because that one single metaphor is the key to unlocking this entire concept.
So what exactly is a black anus in this model? And it's not just a name to get a reaction, right? In this model, it's defined as a special kind of object in space-time, whose whole job, its whole purpose, is to give birth to new daughter universes. This completely flips the script. A black hole isn't a cosmic dead end anymore. It's the start of something new. Okay, so that brings us to the next piece of the puzzle, sinusoidal topology. You know, physicists, they really don't like singularities, these points of infinite density where all the rules of physics just completely fall apart. It's a huge problem. But this theory, it just kind of sidesteps the whole issue. So instead of a singularity, you get this new kind of structure when a star collapses. It's a total rewrite of what's happening at the very heart of a black hole. And of course, the process itself gets a name that's, well, just as memorable. Excrementitious cosmogenesis. That's the technical term they use for the whole shebang, the creation and, the expulsion of a new universe from its parent. All right, so we've got the lingo down, black anus, anusoidal topology, got it. But how does this cosmic birth actually work? Let's break down the mechanics.
This comparison here really lays it all out. See, in the traditional view, a singularity is where space-time just stops. It's the end of the road. But here, this anusoidal thing isn't an end at all. It's the beginning of a whole new space-time. And what holds it all together? A property the theory calls, wait for it, sphincteral stability.
So, sphincteral stability. What is that exactly? Think of it like this. It's the thing that lets this special kind of event horizon act like like a cosmic pressure valve. It holds on to all the stuff that falls in, letting the pressure build up and up and up until, bam, it hits a critical point for ejection. It's the containment system that makes the whole birth process even possible.
Okay, so let's walk through the whole process, step by step. There are basically 4 stages. First, you've got a massive star that collapses. Standard stuff. Second, instead of a singularity, it forms that anusoidal topology we talked about. Third, the pressure inside builds to an insane level. They call this a peristaltic metric. And then, step 4, an anal inflationary ejection. And that final push, that is what we call the Big Bang.
And that brings us to the main event. The big conclusion of the whole theory. The source just puts it right out there. Our Big Bang can be seen as the result of the work of a primordial black anus. Our entire universe, born from a primordial black anus in some other older universe. Okay, so if we actually run with this idea, where does it lead? What does it mean for, well, everything? This is where we get into some really wild multiverse implications. This idea just completely changes how you look at reality. First off, every single black hole you see out there, it's a potential parent, a potential starting point for a brand new universe. That means our universe isn't some one-off event. We're just one link in this endless cosmic family tree. And maybe most importantly, it suggests the fundamental rules of our universe, the physical constants. They weren't just random. We inherited them. The paper uses this really great analogy for how that works. It says the fundamental constants of physics are basically the genetic code of the parent universe. Think about that.
The speed of light, gravity, it's all cosmic DNA, passed down from our parent universe. And, this could actually explain one of the biggest mysteries out there. Why our universe seems so perfectly fine-tuned for life. Maybe we just got lucky and inherited some good genes.
So you might be asking, why? Why create a theory like this with this kind of language? It might seem like it's just for show, but the paper actually has a very serious goal in mind.
And this is really the key thing to understand. Underneath all the provocative terms, there's a really serious scientific goal here: to connect the physics of black holes with the cosmology of the Big Bang. It's trying to build a bridge between those two fields, to tell one single unified story that connects what happens inside a black hole to the birth of our universe. That's a huge, huge gap in physics right now.
So at the end of the day, what this theory is really offering is a whole new language. It's giving us a new set of words, a new set of metaphors to talk about what might be the most fundamental process in all of existence: how universes are born. It's really asking us to reframe the entire conversation we have about creation.
And all of this leaves us with one final, pretty mind-bending question to chew on. If this is right, if universes really are born from each other in this endless chain, what does that say about our own cosmic family tree? And maybe the weirder question, what kind of universe was our parent?